Happy Saturday. Canadiens getting ready to take on the Pioneers. A little different look for your Canadiens today, sporting their brand new blue jerseys today. So home team in blue, visiting team in white. Starting goaltender for today's game will be Camden McFarland, making his way to the net. Quick note here that we are missing the Stella boys today. Hope they're enjoying their time in Boston. So we do have an affiliate up today, and just to make things super confusing, he's wearing Keegan Stella's jersey. So Weston Garsh coming in for today's game. Looks like we're gonna get ready here, and we're gonna start off with Gargano, McDougall, Dara, and holding up the blue line is going to be Miller and Scott. Looks like everyone is ready to go. And off the draw. It's a win to the Pioneers. Gonna play it deep into the zone. And down low, going around to the other side. Trying to keep it out. We've got a lost stick by Scott. And they're gonna play it back to the D. That's gonna be a shot from out front, blocked out front, and pushed out to the side. And now that's Gargano who picks it up and cycles in behind the net. Gargano going for the high pass up to McDougall. It goes off the boards into the neutral zone. Goes through a couple of sticks, but then it's fired on net from outside the point. Picked up by Scott. Scott now gonna go up to Dara. Dara quickly to Gargano. Gargano loses it into the slot. That's a save by McFarland. And Dara's gonna fire it out and down into the neutral zone. Shouldn't be icing as it was tipped. Down low, picked up by the Pioneers. And they're gonna fire it all the way down the ice and gonna get played to the side to Paisley. Paisley doubles back the other way. Shepard out as his D-mate. Gonna play it up to Markowski, flips it up to McShane, and that gets played back. Shepard picks that up, and that gets out into the neutral zone. Pioneers fire it again, and McFarland is gonna hang on to that one. Face-off coming up in the Canadian zone. We're going to see Markowski, McShane, Paisley, and just trying to see who else is out here. I believe that's Gilbert. Off the draw. It's going to be picked up, played back, kept in by the Pioneers. That gets played down low. Paisley on the hunt. It's going to be Shepard who picks it up. Shepard tries to get it out under pressure from the Pioneers. They get it to the half wall, and there's McShane. McShane now plays it up to Markowski. Markowski coming in. The goaltender's going to play it around. Shepard pinches up, keeps it in. Down low, Markowski in a battle down low. Pioneers come away with it. Trying to play it out, but it's going to go too far for an icing call. So we'll head back down into the Pioneer zone. Coming out for the Canadiens will be McLean, Garsh, Kirkpatrick, Hoyt, and Scott on D. Off the draw. Pioneers with control. Play down low. That's Kirkpatrick on the chase. Kirkpatrick gets a stick on it, kept in. They play it wide. And Pioneers coming back the other way. That's offside. And Cam McFarland will keep a stick, or a glove, I should say, on that one. Face-off coming up in the Canadian zone. Sticking with these five. Off the draw, it's the Pioneers who get control. They're going to play it down low. Hoyt picks that up. Hoyt looking to get it to Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick plays it over to McLean. McLean has Garsh with him, tries to get a shot off, picked up by Garsh down low. Garsh has Kirkpatrick. Garsh comes back the other way. Kirkpatrick steals that away. Kirkpatrick with control. Kirkpatrick in behind the net, looking for options. Plays it back down low to Garsh to McLean out front. Kirkpatrick tries to steal it back. Kirkpatrick, and that is Miller who steals that away. No, Kirkpatrick has it, plays it back to Hoyt. Hoyt quickly to Garsh. Garsh plays it back, tries to find McClay, picked up in the neutral zone by Miller. Miller making his way through. Miller shot, save, picks up his own rebound, tries to get it to Markowski. Pioneers take it back. Bouncing puck into the neutral zone, kept by McShane. And Gilbert picks it up, but it's offside as we had not cleared the zone. So face-off coming up just outside the Pioneers zone. Markowski, McShane, Gilbert, Paisley, and Miller. D's gonna keep me on my toes here. Markowski with the bouncing puck. Pioneers are gonna play it out. Gonna be picked up by Paisley. Paisley quickly to Miller. Miller fires it middle to McShane. McShane has Gilbert, fires, save. Down low, picked up by the Pioneers, played around. They play it middle, comes into the neutral zone, and now Miller's in a foot race. Good play by Isaac Miller. Pioneers are gonna play it down low. Picked up, played up to Markowski. Markowski goes to Gilbert, goes through everybody. Down low into the Pioneer zone. Gilbert on the forecheck. Markowski picks up that errant puck. Markowski going for the backhand. And it's a save by the goalie. Face-off coming up in the Pioneer zone. And we will see McDougall, Gargano, Dara, Hoyt, and Shepard. Off the draw, it's a win by Gargano. Back to Shepard. Shepard goes down to McDougall. Pioneers steal it away. McDougall gets it back, goes back to Shepard. Shepard's gonna fire through traffic. Save by the goalie. Off the draw, picked up, played back to Shepard once again. He's gonna push it down low. On the chase is Dara, and picked up by Gargano. He tries a shot, just goes through the slot, and now the Pioneers go into the middle, coming back the other way. Good play there by Shepard, and that's going to be picked up by Dara. Dara fires it up, trying to get it out, kept in by the Pioneers, and good play. They're going to play it back to the D. Block shot out front. Saved by McDougall, or McFarland, sorry. And that's going to be a penalty to Zach Shepard. So Zach's going to head to the box. We're going to head to the PK. Coming out for the PK, we will see Scott, Miller, Kirkpatrick, and McLean. So PK action here. Off the draw, McLean trying to scoop it forward to Kirkpatrick, but the Pioneers do get it back, and that gets off the stick and out. So the Pioneers are going to have to clear out. McLean still pressuring. Pioneers come back the other way. Kirkpatrick gets a stick on that. Now McLean, they play it back. Kirkpatrick trying to steal it. Shot, and that's a save. That was a terrible camera angle. Back to the D. Block shot by Scott. Pioneers looking in the slot. That goes off a foot. McLean trying to get there. Kirkpatrick trying to get there. It's flipped up, kept into the bouncing puck. And Scott does get it and clears it. And on the fourth, and nope, we're going to go for a change. Coming out is McShane. Pioneers driving towards. Good play. Good work by McLean on the back check. McShane again. Bounce out, bounce out. And that is offside. Pioneers are going to have to clear out. Give Scott an opportunity to clear it. And he does. And, almost too many men for the Pioneers, but it doesn't hit anybody on the way through. Under a minute left in this penalty kill. That's McShane playing up top. McShane against the boards, gets it to Gilbert. Gilbert plays it forward, comes back. Hoyt plays it over, finds Paisley, and he's going to fire it down into the Pioneers zone. Comes around the other way. That's Gilbert. McShane picks it up, plays it back to Hoyt. McShane tries to get a stick on that again. Paisley picks it up, and he fires it down the ice. Down low. Goes back the other way. That's Markowski off the bench. Markowski dipsy doodles. Markowski looking for room, and that's just high. And back to Paisley. 8 seconds left here on the penalty kill, and that's a nice shot by McShane. That should take care of the penalty, and here we go, back even. Shepard making his way to the bench. Markowski can. That's going to go back. Paisley plays it back to Hoyt. Hoyt makes his way towards the net. He fires. That's a save. Picks up his own rebound. Another save. Puck still live. Picked back up. Played back to Hoyt. Hoyt fires from the point. Chip in front is wide. Goes in behind. And that's picked up by Markowski. And now the Pioneers coming back the other way. That's Paisley. And now Hoyt. Hoyt picks that up. He's taken up against the boards. And that should be a penalty to the Pioneers. And it will be. So with 7:13 to play here, we're going to go to a power play. Face-off coming up down in the Pioneer zone with Miller, Scott, Gargano, McDougall, and Dara. Off the draw, that's Dara trying to muscle his way through. The Pioneers do get possession. They're going to play it deep, trying to clear it. And Dara gets a stick on that. It goes back the other way. It's going to be kept in. Nice play by Scott. Scott's going to fire out front. Puck is still loose. Kept in. Oh, wide open net there. Couldn't cash it. And that's going to be saved by the goalie. Oh, and my power play didn't go. All right, let me get that set up here quickly. Save, and there we go. Off the draw, just wide of the net. Trying to pick it up, they're trying to clear it. Kept in by Miller. That goes off a hand. Picked back up by Dara. Poked away. Dara plays it back to Miller. Miller plays it back over. McDougall's going to go wide, looking to get it to Scott. Scott plays it back to Miller. Miller fires it towards the net. Redirect. Goes down into the corner. Picked up. Gargano's going to go down to Dara. Dara has room. They get a stick on that. It goes up off the board. Miller trying to keep it in. And that's going to be a penalty to Miller. So we're going to have some 4-on-4 action for 58 seconds, and then we will go to the penalty kill. We're going to head back down into the Canadian zone here. All right, Pioneers player is up, 4-on-4, and then we'll head to a penalty kill. So out for the 4-on-4, we're going to see Kirkpatrick, McLean, Hoyt, and Shepard. Still 0-0 with just over 6 minutes to play here. All right, off the draw, it is possession to McLean, bouncing puck. He's going to pick it up. It's 4-on-4 here, so can't ice the puck or anything like that. Hoyt now comes away with it. Hoyt's going to play it over to Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick's going to make his way through the neutral zone. Kirkpatrick, oh, he was on the blue line. Come on. Call is offside. I'm pretty sure McLean still had his foot on the line there, but faceoff will come up just outside of Pioneer zone. Off the draw, Pioneers with possession. Kirkpatrick is pressuring. That's going to get intercepted by Hoyt. Hoyt fires. Big save by the goalie there. Pioneers get it back, and that's McLean who gets it, but right back to the Pioneers. They're going to go wide, and that's Hoyt who picks that up as the Pioneers player blew a shoe there. And they try the wraparound. It's a save, but it's still loose. And Hoyt trying to get it over to McLean. He does. McLean taken down from his knees, plays it back to Hoyt. Hoyt with possession, gonna play it back to Kirkpatrick, but it's wide. Kirkpatrick recovers though. Kirkpatrick now, and we're on the penalty kill now. So, shot is a save. Penalty to Miller with 55 seconds left here. So face-off in the Pioneer zone. We've got Markowski, Paisley. Markowski gets a stick on that. Markowski. Pioneers play it over. They're going to come back the other way. We got Scott and Paisley on D. Picked up by Gilbert. Gilbert plays it around. Gilbert trying to get a stick on it. Pioneers come away with it. They're trying to get set up on this, and that shot's wide. Pioneers, 25 seconds left in this penalty or in this power play. Gilbert trying to get a nice block by Charlie. Gilbert tries to clear it. Bouncing puck comes back to Scott. That goes under Scott's stick. Scott trying to get a stick on it. Cloaks it away. Now Markowski plays the puck. Pioneers have it. They have it down low. 4 seconds left here. Good stick by Sam Markowski, and Miller's live. Miller now 5-on-5. And that's a save on the side of the net. With 4:03 to play here, faceoff will come up in the Canadian zone. So we will see McShane, Markowski, Gilbert, Miller, and Shepard. Off the draw, it's a win, comes back to Miller. Miller goes to Markowski. Markowski looking to get it up to McShane. McShane makes his way through into the zone. He's taken down. No call on the play there. And down low, that's Gilbert trying to get a stick on it, and McShane, but the Pioneers come away with it. They go, good job there by Zach Shepard. He fires that back down low, going for a partial change here. Miller keeps that in. Miller in a battle along the boards. McShane keeps that in and plays it down deep. Markowski, and that's going to go the full length of the ice. Should be icing, which it is. So we're heading back down into the Pioneer zone, and we will see Garsh, Kirkpatrick, McLean, Hoyt, and Paisley. Off the draw, McLean trying to get it back. It's played down low. Kirkpatrick now pressuring down low. They play it up to the half wall. Hoyt keeps it in. Hoyt tries to play it down low. That's picked up by Garsh. And McLean comes away with it. McLean still battling. McLean pokes it down low. Pioneers regain possession. Coming back the other way. Scott gets a stick on that, pokes it away. And that's Garsh trying to get a stick on it. That's McLean. McLean battling a couple of Pioneers. Now Scott, they play it into the slot. That's intercepted. And big save by McFarland comes back. They play it out. Picked up by Garsh. Garsh tries to play it up. He does. Comes up to Kirkpatrick in the neutral zone. Kirkpatrick still going. Kirkpatrick take it away. Brings it back. Oh, nice try on the backhand. It's saved. And that's going to make it down into the Canadian zone. Picked up by Paisley. He fires it up to Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick fires it deep and goes for a change. That's McDougall who comes out. They play it into the neutral zone. Picked up by Miller. Miller doubles back the other way. Miller fires it up to McDougall. McDougall has Dara and Gargano with him. McDougall driving towards the net. McDougall plays it around. Paisley can't get there. Paisley looking for options. Comes around. Plays it up. Finds McDougall. McDougall fires to Gargano. Gargano can't get it on the back. In the neutral zone. Comes back to the Pioneers. Shot. Saved by McFarland. And McDougall gets a stick on that. That's going to go back to the D. Shot from the point. Saved by McFarland. And what a good job there. Cam McFarland puts the glove on that one. Face-off coming up in the Canadian zone with 1.25 minutes to play here in the first. Off the draw, Pioneers win it back to their D. That shot's wide of the net, bouncing puck in behind. Shepard takes it. Shepard trying to get it to McShane, comes out. Gilbert gets a stick on that. Gilbert plays it off his skate. Gilbert making his way through the neutral zone, tries to get it to Markowski, picked up by McShane. Bouncing puck comes back to the Pioneers. And that was offside. Okay. I was going to say. Face-off coming up outside the Canadian zone. Last minute to play here in the first period. Markowski, McShane, Gilbert, Hoyt, and Shepard. Comes back to Hoyt. Quick D to D to Shepard. Shepard now coming through the neutral zone with steam. Shepard still has it. Shepard in behind, looking to set something up. Plays it back. That is picked up by Markowski. Markowski has a couple of players on it. Picked up by Gilbert. Gilbert, shot. Goes through the crease. Out to the other side. That's going to get played back down low. Markowski picks it back up. Fires it back to McShane. 30 seconds to go in the first period. Back to Markowski. Saved by the goalie once again. And that should be icing. So we'll set back up down in the Pioneer zone with 19 seconds to play here in the first period. We are going to see Kirkpatrick, McLean, Garsh, Miller, and Scott. Off the draw, Pioneers. Comes back. Scott keeps it in. Kirkpatrick picks it up. Kirkpatrick, he's going to fire out front. Miller keeps it in. Fires. Chip out front. Puck still live. And that's the end of the period. So scoreless here in the first as we take a quick break and head to the second. All right, starting us off for the second period is McLean, Kirkpatrick, Garsh, Scott, and Miller. Whoops, forgot to press play. All right, Kirkpatrick fires it deep. And McLean's gonna leave it for Scott. Scott fires, save out front. Kirkpatrick's gonna pick up the rebound. He's trying to get away from the Pioneers. He's taken down, comes back to Scott again. Scott fires it down low. It's gonna be Garsh who picks that up. And the Pioneers come away with it. Kirkpatrick steals it back though. Kirkpatrick still has it, has that taken away. Goes back the other way. Scott takes that away. Miller picks it up. Miller under pressure. Miller, it's taken away. That goes straight across to Garsh. Plays it to Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick plays it down deep. And Garsh is on the check. Garsh down low. Gets played around down deep. Full change here pretty much for the Canadiens. Coming back the other way. And that's going to be picked up by Shepard. Shepard plays it over, intercepted by the Pioneers. Dara and Shepard working down low. Going to be picked up. Gargano trying to keep. They're going to pressure down low. And bouncing puck keeps finding its way back to the Pioneers. Comes out into the slot. They go back to their D. Good luck, bud. In behind the net. Gargano comes away with it. Gargano quickly to Dara. Dara trying to get it over to McDougall. Taken down at the center line there. Comes back the other way, and now Paisley's in a foot race. Paisley comes back the other way, plays it up, and gets it into the neutral zone. Pioneers play it over. Picked up. Shepard plays it back. Picked up by Gargano. Gargano making his way through the neutral zone. Has McDougall. The puck just gets ahead of him. Gargano picks it back up. Plays it back to the D. Bouncing puck. Fires it to Gargano. Gargano under pressure. Goes to McDougall. McDougall. McDougall to Markowski. Fires. Save. Markowski picks up his own rebound. Into the slot. Yeah! McShane with the one-time feed from Markowski gets the Canadiens on the board 1-0 with 12:34 to play here in the second period. Off the draw, McShane, bouncing puck. Markowski on the back check, steals it away. Markowski tries to get it, and Pioneers are going to play it deep. Going to come on net and under pressure. McFarland will hang on to it. Face-off coming up in the Canadian zone. Off the draw, that's Markowski, and he gives the puck a kick there as his stick is hit out of his hand. That's Hoyt. Hoyt plays that back to Scott. Scott, he's under pressure. Hoyt plays it back. Scott and Hoyt trying to work together down low here. Play comes back the other way. Hoyt picks it up, fires it to McShane. Goes off the back. They do, kept in. Down low. Scott to Hoyt. Hoyt looking to fire it up. Plays it back to Scott. Scott goes to Gilbert. Gilbert fires it to Markowski. Just ahead of him. Picks it back up though. Markowski looking for McShane. Just wide. McShane gets it back. Poked out. Comes back. D to D. Paisley has that taken away. Gets it back, plays it out. Gilbert and McShane working along the wall here now. And puck comes out. Paisley flips it in. And they're going to play it back down deep, and that's Miller who picks it up. Miller going for the pass to Markowski, goes off the ref. Markowski picks it back up. Markowski plays it up to McShane. McShane has Gilbert with him. McShane, high off the glass, rims around. Picked up by the Pioneers. They go cross-ice pass. And they're going to fire it deep and go for a change. McFarland's going to come out, leave it for Paisley. Paisley trying to go quickly. Doesn't get much on the pass up. And the Pioneers intercept it. And that's going to be picked up by Miller. Miller gets it to Gilbert. Gilbert fires it forward. Gilbert trying to get there. Gilbert plays it looking for Kirkpatrick. It's in behind him though. Pioneers go off the wall. Back to Miller. Miller off the wall. And they're going to play it right back. Pioneers, Miller. That shot goes wide. That's going to be picked up by Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick doubles back. Nifty move. Plays it forward. Back to Kirkpatrick quickly. Kirkpatrick looking for the slot. Looking for an option here. Looking for options. Tries to play it into the slot. McLean's going to pick it up. McLean plays it down to Garsh. Garsh looking into the slot. No one home. Shepard steps up. Shepard to Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick goes back. Plays it back to Shepard. Shepard back to Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick back to Shepard. Plays it over off a foot. McLean picks it up. Plays it down to Garsh. Garsh back to McLean. McLean tries the backhand. And saved. Nope. Puck's still live. Picked up by McLean. He's taken down. And Kirkpatrick tries to get a stick on that. That's picked up. And that's on net. Down low is McLean. Garsh comes back. Bouncing puck kept in. That's Dara who's come on back to Hoyt. Fires out front. Goes wide of the net. Comes around to Shepard. Great offensive play here by the Canadiens. Shepard working hard. Dara keeps it in. Down low. Garsh tries to push it over. And Shepard keeps that in, and it just makes it out, but he plays it back. And Gargano goes back to Shepard once again. Shepard's got the wheels. Shepard has McDougall with him, tries to play it back. Picked up by Gargano. Gargano plays it over. Shot down low. And that's going to go the length of the ice. It should be for an icing call, and it is. So we're going to head right back down into the Pioneer zone, but they will get a much-needed change as a very good offensive session there for the Canadiens. Out for the Canadiens, we see Gargano, McDougall, Dara, Scott, and Miller. Off the draw, possession to the Canadiens. Scott, he's going to fire. Goes right into McDougall into the slot. Bouncing puck. Played back the other way. And that's going to be picked up by Scott. Scott plays it back to Gargano. Gargano plays it forward to Dara. Dara has McDougall with him. Dara plays it over, looking for McDougall. It's just behind him. McDougall trying to get there. Comes back to Scott. Scott plays it back down to McDougall. Pioneers get a stick on it. They play it into the neutral zone. Miller is there. Miller softly plays it forward to Dara. Dara has McDougall and Gargano. Bouncing puck goes through everybody. McDougall fires it back towards the net, goes around, and Miller in to keep that in play. Gargano. Pioneers pick it up, try to play it out. McDougall steals that away. He fires it back down deep. Picked up by Markowski. Markowski now. Markowski into the slot, just wide. And that goes to the side of the net. Gilbert picks it back up. And that will be a save by the goalie. Diving save that takes out Gilbert. I don't think there's going to be a call on the play. There will be a face-off coming up in the Pioneer zone. Shout out to Sam Markowski, who will also be affiliating with the U14 Caps in tonight's game. So good luck to him on that. Off the draw, puck's lost in everybody's feet, and the Pioneers come away with it. Poke check. And picked up, played back to Shepard. Shepard off the wall. Played forward by Gilbert. McShane trying to get there. Pioneers play it back, and that's going to get out. Shepard's still trying to get there. And that gets played deep into the Canadian zone. It's Paisley down low. Paisley and McShane working down low. Pioneers play it back to their D. That's Gilbert trying to get a stick on it. They're going to go back down low. Shepard over to the corner. They play it back to their D once again. Nice block out front. Played forward to Markowski. Oh! Nice try there. He would have been gone. Play comes back into the neutral zone. Gilbert. And there we go. McShane comes away with it. Just gets ahead of them, though. Pioneers are going to play it bouncing puck. They're going to, they're going to call high stick. So face off just outside the Canadian zone. With Scott, Hoyt, Garsh, McLean, and Kirkpatrick. Off the draw. Garsh trying to move it forward. Picked up in the neutral zone. Kirkpatrick gets a stick on that. Picks it back up. Pioneers get it back. They're going to play it deep. Hoyt on the chase down low. Overskated but picked up by McLean. Overskated again. Save in the slot. What a save by McFarland. A bit of pushing and shoving afterwards. It looks like Scott's going to get a penalty there for that. So we're going to go to the penalty kill here with just under 6 to play. And out for the PK is Gilbert and, sorry, just trying to see here. Miller, Hoyt, Gilbert, and McLean. Off the draw, it comes back to Hoyt. Hoyt's going to rim it around the boards. Gilbert trying to get there, but it's going to make its way down anyway. Gilbert pressuring. Pioneers pick it up in their own zone. Gilbert still pressuring. Comes back the other way. They play it up. And Hoyt's going to get there. He's going to fire it back down low. Pioneers pick it up again. Comes into the neutral zone. They play it back, and that's Gilbert now. He takes the errant puck, and good play by the Pioneers. And that's going to be a penalty to the Pioneers. So back to 4-on-4 action here. Little bit of shenanigans after the, just waiting to see if it's a 4-minute or, nope, just a 2-minute head contact. So 4-on-4 is going to be Dara, McDougall, Hoyt, and Miller. Just a couple of lineup issues. Pioneers did a late change, so they're making someone else take the draw. Four on four here for minute 20. It's going to come back to Hoyt. Hoyt. Oh, fans on the shot. Comes outside. Hoyt's going to play it over to Miller. Miller picks it up. Plays it over to Hoyt. Hoyt up to Miller. Up to McDougall. McDougall drives towards the net. Shot, or pass I should say, to Dara. Just goes wide. Dara driving back towards the net. Dara has that poked away. Pioneers pick it up. Good play there by Easton McDougall. Comes back the other way. McDougall keeps it in. Plays it over to Dara. Dara tries to get the shot off. It's poked away. McDougall picks it up. McDougall plays it back to Hoyt. Hoyt plays it back to McDougall. McDougall looking for Miller. Miller fires. So 4-on-4. So we'll stay 4-on-4. Coming out for the Canadiens is Gargano, Markowski, Paisley, and Shepherd. The draw that's going to come back to Paisley. Paisley now tries to get the shot off, has it poked away, gets it back, fires it just wide of the net. Picked up by Gargano. Gargano down low. Markowski. Nope. Gargano gonna. Pioneers come away with it. They play it wide. Markowski's gonna steal that away. Markowski, and call is offside. Ooh. With 3:59 to play here. So 6 seconds. 6 seconds, and then we will go to a very quick power play. And off the draw, Markowski tries to poke that forward. Pioneers come back with it. Go back the other way. Scott is released from the sin bin. Very quick power play here. Coming back the other way. McShane has come out. Pass up to McShane in the neutral zone. Has Markowski with him. McShane has Gargano. Markowski setting something up here. Penalty is almost over for Edmundston. Shepherd plays it back to Markowski. Markowski back to Shepherd. Shepherd, he's going to play it over to Markowski. Markowski in the slot. Looking for McShane. Just goes behind him. Power plays over. A little bit over. And shot off the head. That comes back, and it's going to make it into the neutral zone. And Paisley is there. He doubles back the other way. We are even once again. And Markowski has that poked away. Shepherd down low. Pioneers stop up. They play it back the other way. It's going to be picked up by Garsh. Garsh plays it back. Stolen away by the Pioneers. They're looking to get it into the slot. Good play there by Shepherd. He gets it away, but they get it back. And that is picked up by Shepherd. Plays it up to Garsh. Quickly over to McShane. McShane has Markowski with him. McShane plays it back to Markowski. Markowski. And big save by the goalie there as Markowski tries the backhand. McLean, Hoyt, and Kirkpatrick will join the fray from the bench. .2:22 to play in the second period. 2-0 Canadiens. Off the draw, Pioneers with possession. McLean gets it back to Scott. Scott goes back to Hoyt. Hoyt up to McLean. McLean quickly to Kirkpatrick. He goes back to Hoyt quickly. Back to McLean quickly. That goes through everybody. Picked up by Scott. Kept in. Played down low to Garsh. Garsh tries to redirect it out to McLean, but picked up by the Pioneers. That comes back. Hoyt's going to hold the line. Now Kirkpatrick and Garsh. Garsh down low. He's held up. McLean trying to help. Pioneers come away with it. Go up, and they're going to flip that. It comes back. Paisley picks it up, plays it softly over, but the Pioneers are going to get there before McLean does. Pioneers now driving towards the net. Play out front, goes off a few skates. Pioneers play it back to their D. Kirkpatrick's there. Nice play out into the slot. That is going to be played up to Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick. Yeah! Kirkpatrick fakes right, fakes left, finds the back of the net. 3-0 for the Canadiens. 1:18 to play in the second period. I'm not sure who fed that up to him. I think it was Paisley, but beauty of a pass. Gilbert, McShane, Markowski, Miller, and Paisley on D. That's going to be kept in. Yeah, it was Carter who made the feed there. All right, last minute of play coming up in the second period. Paisley down low, trying to feed it up to Gilbert. Gilbert quickly to McShane. It's going to make it into the neutral zone. Pioneers go D to D, and then they flip it forward. Miller's going to pick that up. Miller doubles back, picks it away, trying to get there. Plays it forward to Markowski. 2-on-1, 3-on-1. Markowski, and oh, that's going to, no, I thought he was going to play out front into the slot. Picks back up. McShane down low, 30 seconds to go. McShane softly over to Markowski, right back in front, looking for Gilbert. Can't turn on it. Back to Markowski. Markowski back out front again. McShane tries the backhand. Big save by the goalie. Miller's there. Miller fires. Block shot by the Pioneers. Miller plays it back down. Markowski tries to get it in the slot once again. And McShane goes to the side. And that is it for the second period. Hang tight. I'm going to pause as we go for the flood, but we'll see everybody for the third. All right, third period action coming up. Starting us off is McDougall, Gargano, Dara with Miller and Scott. Off the draw, gonna come back. Miller picks it up, plays it back to Scott. Scott fires it to McDougall. Quick feed up to Gargano. Off the feet, goes a little too far. McDougall trying to push it forward. Pioneers come away with it. Miller now. Pioneers played over, no one home. Picked up and played forward by Miller into the neutral zone. They're gonna play it right back. Miller's stick, can't get a stick. Scott plays it off the half wall, tries to get it to McDougall. Play comes back to the neutral zone. To the blue line. That shot's high of the net. Picked up by Dara, gets it into the neutral zone. They're gonna go back to their D and fire it down. And it's a little before the halfway, so icing. Heading back down into the Pioneer zone. Coming out for the Canadiens, Gilbert, Markowski, McShane, Paisley, and Shepard. Off the draw, Pioneers take possession. Markowski McShane gets it away, comes back to McShane. Oh my gosh, comes back to Shepard. Down low to Markowski. They're moving it too fast. I can't keep up. Out front into the slot. Picks back up. Oh, everybody's dominoes there on the ground. Pioneers come back the other way. Shepard trying to keep up with his man. Fire. That's a save by McFarland. And comes back to McShane. McShane's going to play it back down low. Paisley trying to get there. Plays it back. Paisley gets it to Markowski. Markowski plays it to McShane. Off a foot. Off a foot again. Pioneers take it back. Markowski still in the feet. Comes back the other way from the Pioneers still have it. They get the shot off, and McShane's going to go to the penalty box as call is body contact. So we're going to head to the penalty kill with Markowski, Gilbert, Scott, and Hoyt. Win off the draw to Markowski. Gets it to Scott, picks it back up himself. Plays it over looking for Gilbert. Gilbert picks it up on the wall. Pioneers get it back. Pioneers go into the slot. They go to the side. Big save by McFarland. And he keeps the rebound out as well. Face off once again in the Canadian zone. Same four. Markowski wins it back to Scott. Scott. Pioneers get there first. Looking to set something up here. They go back. They go back down low. Hoyt trying to get a stick on it. It's going to get played down low. Pioneers play it back to their D. Markowski trying to get a stick on it. He does block it. Pioneers pick it back up. That's wide. Pick it back up, looking for options. Drop pass. And down low they go. They're going to fire it around. No one home. It's going to go all the way down the ice. Markowski. Markowski. We've got Miller out with McLean. And Paisley on D. That comes up. That's McLean on the back check. Paisley trying to keep his man to the outside. Miller trying to get a stick on it. They play it back up top. McLean. And McLean gets a stick on that. Paisley plays it out to the side. Pioneers play it back. Gagnon plays it D to D. Into the slot. Save save, and the third one makes it through as the Pioneers grab a power play goal. So 3-1 here as the Pioneers get on the board with a power play goal. Kirkpatrick, McLean, Garsh, Miller, and Paisley on D. The draw comes back to Paisley. Paisley tries to get it out. That's a save picked up by Paisley. Paisley's taken down in behind. Miller fires it up, trying to get it over to Garsh. Garsh trying to get there. He plays it down low. That's McLean. It's going to come into the slot. Kirkpatrick gets a stick on that. McLean picks it back up. McLean. Looking back to Paisley. Paisley, has that poked away. Miller's gonna pick it back up. Miller plays it back to Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick now. Kirkpatrick plays it up to Garsh. Garsh trying to get it back to Kirkpatrick. Oh, and sorry, I didn't hear the whistle as the announcement was on. So, call was offside. So we're going to see a full change here by the Canadiens. McDougall, Gargano, Dara, Hoyt, and Shepard. Off the draw, comes back. McDougall flips it down into the zone. McDougall, and now Dara. Pioneers coming back the other way. That's going to go down in behind. Played over by Hoyt to Shepard. Gets it up to the half wall to McDougall. McDougall trying to play it forward. Kept in by the Pioneers. Going to come down low. That's Hoyt picking it away. Hoyt plays it to Dara. Dara trying to get it out into the neutral zone. He does. Picked up by the Pioneers. They go wide there. Down low. That's Hoyt who picks that up. Hoyt plays it up to McDougall. McDougall now has Dara. That gets played forward by the Pioneers. Gargano on the forecheck. Pioneers go up to the half wall. Goes through everybody. Should be icing. They wave it off. Miller and McShane in to help. McShane. I think the call's going to be body. I'm just not sure on who. It looks like it is the Pioneers. No. Looks like it's going to be Miller. So we're going to head to the PK here as Miller gets the So we're going to see Markowski, McShane, Paisley gets that out. Markowski. Nope, kept in by the Pioneers. Now Paisley trying to get there. He fires it out and down the ice. McShane pressuring down low. Pioneers play it up. That's kept and played down by Paisley. McShane trying to get there. Markowski picks it up. Markowski down low. Markowski plays it to McShane. McShane fires, save. Rebound comes back out to the Pioneers player. Paisley, they try in the slot. And that's going to be picked up by Markowski. And now Paisley tries to get it out. Kept in, down low. Scott trying to get a stick on it. Pioneers still have it. And right on the doorstep, but can't get it out, or can't get it in. The Pioneers kept in. And go. Now Markowski with the feed from McShane. and oh, comes back the other way, and that's going to just get fired down again. 38 seconds left in the penalty kill here. Partial change, Markowski. That's going to be picked up by Shepard, sneaks under the stick. Good play there by McLean. Comes out front, goes through everybody, and that's going to be picked up by McLean. He plays it out into the neutral zone. They go wide pass here. Down low, McFarland leaves it for Shepard. And that gets played out into the neutral zone. 3 seconds here. Picked up. That's going to be picked up by Shepard. We're back even. Gilbert trying to get it out. Bouncing puck is taken out. They go D to D and regroup. And that's going to be picked up by McLean. McLean down low. And kept in by Hoyt. Played down low. That's Garsh trying to get there. Gilbert does. Garsh pushes it forward. Pioneers come back the other way. Gilbert, and offside is the call. Out for the Canadiens. McShane, Gilbert, Markowski, Miller, and Scott. Pioneers go D to D. Up off the half wall, comes right back to Scott. Scott, tries to soft pass over, finds Garsh. Garsh finds Markowski. Markowski tries to push it back, but it's picked off by the Pioneers. They're going to go wide. Scott trying to get there. And that's a goal by the Pioneers. So with 6:45 to play here, the Pioneers have made it within one. 3-2 for the Canadiens. We're going to see Kirkpatrick with McDougall and McLean. Paisley and Shepard on D. Off the draw, comes back to Paisley. Paisley fires it over to McDougall. McDougall fires it deep. And McLean. McLean and Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick gets a stick on it, fires it back to McLean. McLean. Goalie without his stick here. McLean goes back. Finds Shepard. Shepard fires back to McLean. McLean. Kirkpatrick tries to tip it out front. Pioneers come back with it. And that's icing. So we're going to head back down into the Pioneer zone. Miller and Hoyt out with McShane, Markowski, and Gilbert. Off the draw, Pioneers with control. Markowski pressuring down low. Pioneers double back. They go for the pass into the neutral zone. Good back pressure here, but as he's being hauled down, Pioneers are going to tie it up with just under 6 minutes to play. Coming out for the Canadiens is Gargano, Dara, McDougall, Paisley, and Shepard out for D. Tie game here. Off the draw, it's going to be Dara. Pioneers get it. They go D to D. McDougall pressuring back into the neutral zone. That's picked up by Gargano. Gargano doubles back the other way. Gargano trying to play it over. Picked up by Dara. Dara forward down into the Pioneers zone. Pioneers D pick it up. Gargano gets a stick on it. Picked up by the Pioneers once again. They go for the lead pass up. Poked away by Paisley a couple of times. And Shepard pokes that away. It's going to be picked up. Pioneers looking for a penalty there. Pioneers regain possession, play back to the D. That comes right to the stick of Dara. Pioneers steal it back. Come back to the D. Dara trying to get a stick on it. Paisley's there. Plays it back. And Pioneers into the slot. That's stolen away. Played out. Pioneers pick it back up. Block shot by Dara. Comes back once again. And another shot picked up by Gargano. And now that's Shepard. Shepard making his way into the neutral zone. Shepard still has it. He's taken down. Really? And that's going to be picked up by McLean. McLean has Kirkpatrick with him. McLean has the entire Pioneers team on him. Plays it back. Picked up by the Pioneers. And Garsh plays it back to Miller. Miller fires it over to Kirkpatrick. Goes off the back of his stick. Picked up by the Pioneers. Kirkpatrick tries to get a stick on that. Pioneers coming back the other way. Scott. And that goes through everybody. Garsh trying to get there. Picked up by Scott. Scott has it poked away. Scott. And Garsh trying to pick. It's poked away. Kirkpatrick picks it up. Kirkpatrick pokes it forward. Pioneers towards the net. Played around. Picked up by Miller. Miller fires it into the neutral zone. Kirkpatrick tries to steal it. That's picked up by McLean. McLean has Kirkpatrick with him. McLean fires. Save. And they're going to hang on to it with 3.5 to play here in the third period. We're all tied up. 3-3. Markowski, McShane, Gilbert, Hoyt, and Shepard off the draw. Gets pushed deep into the Pioneer zone. A couple of players overskate it. McShane tries to get it back. It's going to be poked up, picked up by Shepard. Gets it to Markowski. Markowski to Gilbert. Stolen back away. Picked up again. Gilbert has it now. Gilbert, Markowski, McShane. Play goes over through everybody. Gilbert trying to get there. Overskated. Gilbert gets a stick on it. Pioneers get it coming back the other way. And Markowski steals it back, gives it to Shepard. Shepard up to Gilbert. Gilbert gets under his stick. And the Pioneers are going to play it back. Good play by Shepard, though. It's going to get played back. Refs get in the way of that one. Play comes over to McShane. McShane driving through. Pioneers take it back. Pioneers going for the stretch pass. No one's going to be home. That should be icing. And they wave it off. Whee! Play up to McShane. McShane goes wide, finds Markowski. Markowski plays it to Miller. Miller to Markowski. Markowski plays it. It goes down into the corner. Miller keeps it in, fires it on net, and they're going to hang on to it. So coming out for the Canadiens, Gargano, Kirkpatrick. Everyone else will stay as is. Off the draw, Kirkpatrick is taken down. Comes back to Miller. Miller, he's going to fire out front. A couple of people get a stick on it, but goes down wide. Gargano trying to get it there, kept in, but it goes straight back to the Pioneers. They go for the lead pass up. It goes off his foot. Miller's there, steals it away. Miller down low. Miller leaves it for Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick now. Kirkpatrick making his way through the neutral zone. Kirkpatrick has it still, plays it back to Miller. Miller fires it over. Right there, Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick. It's a save. And a bit of pushing and shoving after the play there and behind the net. Face-off coming up in the Pioneer zone with McShane, Markowski, Gilbert. Looks like it's going to be a timeout for the Pioneers, so hang tight. All right, 1:28 to play here in the game. 3-3 tie out for the Canadiens. McShane, Kirkpatrick, Markowski, Hoyt, and Shepard. Off the draw, Pioneers do get possession. That's going to come back, and oh boy. McShane is going to get the call against. So we're going to head to the penalty kill. Staying out for the penalty kill, it looks like it will be Kirkpatrick, Markowski, Hoyt, and Miller. Markowski on the draw. The Pioneers get it. Goes down low. Hoyt trying to get there. Hoyt pushes it up against the wall. And Pioneers come away with it. Markowski now trying to get a stick on it. Markowski comes back. And Hoyt gets a stick on it. Plays it to Markowski. Markowski, that's interference. That comes back. Kirkpatrick gets a stick on that. Kirkpatrick trying to get it out to Markowski. Kept in. Comes back to Miller. Miller finds Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick, the goalie's going to come out and play it. Pioneers are coming back the other way. Hoyt trying to keep his man. They're in the slot. That goes the other way. They can't get a stick on it. Miller plays it to Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick plays it around him. Kirkpatrick trying to get there. Taken down. 28 seconds left. That's stretch pass. Miller trying to play his man. They play it back the other way. Shot. And that's going to be a goal, folks. So with 14 seconds to play, the Pioneers are up by 1. Out for the Canadiens. McLean, Dara, Gargano, Paisley. McLean tries to play it forward. Paisley picks it up. Paisley comes back the other way. Plays it forward to McLean. Closing seconds here. Miller plays it back. Paisley fires. And that is it. So we dropped this one. Unfortunate penalty there. And we will see everybody next time.